guys, it's Dana. One of the most common requests I get from you guys is how to sew something for you to wear. So today, we're gonna sew a cute little top. When most people learn to sew, they start by making craft projects, bags, things for their kids. But it's a really great moment when you transition into sewing for yourself. It's awesome when you're wearing something that you have made and someone points out, where did you get that? And you're like, I made it. So today we're gonna make something for you. Here's what you need. 1 to 2 yards of fabric and a pattern. For this project, we are using the Summer Day Top pattern, which you can find on my website, go to madeeveryday.com. And it's a simple woven top that comes with a few options. There's a pocket, you can make sleeve cuffs, you can add a peplum. It's really easy to sew. If you don't want to use my pattern, use another pattern that you have and follow along with these same steps. Now you have a front and a back to your shirt, and you can see that it says right here, fold. That means we're gonna cut it on the fold of the fabric so that when we're done, we have a symmetrical piece for our front, and then we'll cut another one for the back. So I've already taken my fabric here, and make sure you pre-wash and dry your fabric. And I have it folded so that it's folding into the middle. That way I can cut both of them on the fold. So I've placed this one here. I'm actually gonna flip this one upside down so that it is on the fold, right there. Then we're gonna cut our 2 sleeve pieces, which are also cut on the fold. We'll do that down here. And you can use a rotary cutter, you can use pattern weights to hold this down. You can use your hand like I'm doing. You could trace it out first, do whatever works for you. Okay, the front of the shirt is cut out, and I want to pay attention to where I'm placing. Since I have these large gingham checks, it would be nice if at the side seams, the front and the back matched up. So I can see that my sleeve armhole starts right there. Let's place this on the same spot. Ooh, I can barely make it at the top there. Okay, awesome. It's just nice to pay attention to those little details like that, or if you have a very directional print that has, say, a large repeated design feature that you want to make sure matches up, try to pay attention to those things. Okay, front and back done. Let's cut out our sleeves. Let's cut out our second sleeve, and sometimes I find if I'm cutting 2 of the exact same thing, it's easier to just cut out the first sleeve and place it on there. It's easier than holding a piece of paper on top. Okay, we got our sleeves. Now the last thing we need to cut is a bias strip for the neckline. And there we go. If you look on your pattern piece, you can see this line right here that says grain. That means we want this to go the direction of the grain so that this is cut at a 45-degree angle, or the bias, so that it will have a little bit more give as it goes around the neckline. And I have a whole video that goes through this process, and you can get more information there. So you could cut it out of the same fabric like this, which would look great with your shirt. But today I'm actually already cut mine out. I'm gonna use white. So I have that right here. Okay, we have all our pieces. Let's start assembling our shirt. Grab the front and the back of your shirt and place them with right sides of the fabric together. And match them up at the shoulder seams and pin those in place. Then we're gonna sew our shoulder seams with a 3/8 inch seam allowance. I'm just threading my machine here, following along the markings on here. I love my new Baby Lock machine. If you haven't noticed, it's a little different than the one I've sewn on in the past. It's called a Brilliant, and it's part of their Genuine series, which is about how do you feel when you sew? Do you feel jubilant? Do you feel zest? I feel brilliant. Okay, here's my favorite feature. Automatic needle threader. I love that. Okay, let's sew our shoulders. Seams. Shoulder seams. Don't actually sew your shoulders. Little back stitch. And just go right down. Do back stitch at the end. And then another feature I love is my automatic cutting feature. It's the little things, they save on time. Okay, now would be a good time if you want to finish off your seams You could sew a zigzag stitch right along there, or you could use a serger, or you could trim it with pinking shears, or you can just leave it as is. Let's go to our iron. I'm gonna finish off my seams using pinking shears, which are those really fun zigzaggy kind of scissors. So just trim right along the existing seam allowance here. And the reason you would do this is so that it keeps your seam, these little edges, from fraying over time with washing. Because this is a woven fabric, that can happen. But it doesn't always happen. I have many times sewn items that I don't finish off my seams. So don't feel, stressed over doing this. But it does give it a nice look sometimes as well, especially if you use a serger or if you zigzag those edges. Okay, now we're gonna press your seam allowance to the back of the shirt. Okay, the next step is to finish off the neckline using that bias strip. And I have another video that walks through the entire process for you. I'm done pinning the first step of my neckline, and I'm gonna remove this part of my sewing machine, which I love on my baby lock, and now I have this free arm function, which is great. It makes it easy for me to go around the neckline like this. Okay, continue sewing your neckline as I've shown you in the previous video. Okay, we finished sewing the neckline, and I pressed that one more time so it just looks really nice and crisp and is laying flat. Now what we want to do is turn this with right sides together, so flip it around, the front on top of the back, and we are going to pin together and sew down the side seams. And this is a good time also to pay attention to these gingham checks. Make sure you're matching those up perfectly so that from the side seam it looks seamless. Okay, let's go to our sewing machine. I've got my pinking shears again. I'm gonna finish off these seams by trimming those down. And what these are actually doing with this little zigzag blade that it has is it's cutting pretty much a bunch of little bias cuts into my seam, if that makes sense. Because it's harder for a woven fabric to fray when it's cut at an angle on the bias. So there you go. I'm always telling my husband that sewing is full of geometry. 45-degree angles, 90-degree angles, circles. Okay, let's do the other side. Okay, now let's press our seams to the side. Set that aside for a moment, and now let's grab our sleeve pieces. They should look like this. And we're gonna do a little preparatory step here first. We are going to fold over the hem so that it's easier to hem later on. So fold the straight side over 1/4 inch and press that in place. And then fold it over another 1/4 inch and press that in place. And do that for both of the sleeves, and then we're going back to our sewing machine. The first thing we want to do is to sew a basting stitch along the curve of our sleeve piece here, and that's going to make it easier as we try to ease it into the armhole. Come to your machine. You want to sew this with a scant 3/8 inch seam allowance, and that just means slightly less than 3/8. Do not do a back stitch at the beginning, just start sewing. And sew all the way down until you get to where it starts to curve back again. And cut your threads. Okay, do the same thing for the other one. Okay, now we are going to take the two end pieces, sew those together. Make sure that that little part that we pressed earlier is unfolded. And sew right along there with a 3/8 inch seam allowance. Do the same thing for your other sleeve. Okay, you may want to press this open, but now we're ready to set it into our shirt, into our armhole. Okay, so grab this. I'm gonna keep this inside out with the right sides together. And I'm gonna start with the seam of our sleeve and the bottom seam of our armhole. Okay, match them up at the seams there and make sure right sides are together. Pin that in place. And then you're just gonna work your way around the sleeve. And if at times it feels like it's not quite fitting, you can always readjust. Sometimes it takes me a couple times to get it in to fit just right. Because what happens is that you're fitting the sleeve in the shirt where the seam is gonna come together, not necessarily where the fabric comes together at the edge. I know you are matching up at the edge, but once you do this, it will make sense. Because you're working with curves here. Again, you're working with geometry. Okay, there we go. That matches up. Okay, oh, I got a little gap there. So let me readjust that. I'm just gonna take a few of these out and kind of ease it around. This is the fun of setting in sleeves. There are other methods to sewing sleeves into a garment, and I've shown you that before in a t-shirt video. But with this type of a shirt, it really helps to sew the sleeve in this method. Okay, there we go. Look how beautiful, perfect. Okay, and I'm still using the free arm part of my sewing machine, which is really helpful, especially when you're sewing a sleeve. So come in here, and I like to start on kind of the more straightaway part of my sleeve. It makes it easier so that I'm not starting and stopping at the end of my stitching right at that corner part there. Okay, 3/8 inch seam allowance. Do a little back stitch. And then just carefully go around, making sure that as you get to these really curved parts, that it's laying as flatly as possible, as flat as possible. However you want to say it. Okay, I'm getting down to this seam part where the bottom of my armhole is. So I'm just going really meticulously through here. And as I get to that bottom, you might need to kind of turn or pivot and turn. Make sure I'm feeling with my left hand to make sure there's no folds or little puckers underneath. If you do get some, no big deal. You can always go back and fix those later. Okay, I made it back. Doing a back stitch, cutting my threads. And then let's see how our sleeve looks. It's always good to do a quality control inspection before you move ahead. So let's see. Oh, that looks really nice. I'm checking out the bottom here. That looks pretty good too. If there was any problem with this area, you could take that apart and just ease it even a little bit more. Okay, so what I would do now is turn it back inside out. We want to trim off this little seam here, just like we did with our other ones. Grab my pinking shears, cut right along there. Okay, now pull your sleeve out and we are going to hem it, which we pressed earlier, and I love little steps like that that help save time. So just fold it back on those creases. If your creases are gone, you can press it again. And I'm not even gonna pin anything, I'm just gonna go straight to my sewing machine. Using my free arm again, love it, on my baby lock. Just stitch right as close as you can to that inside fold. Okay, do a back stitch, cut your threads. Now do the exact same thing for your other sleeve. Okay, finished my second sleeve. Now we're gonna go back to the iron and press everything out. Turn your shirt right side out, and we're going to press the sleeves out. And if you have a smaller ironing board that's meant for pressing sleeves, you can definitely use that. But if not, just press them flat. That's what I'm going to do here. And you want to press the seams, if you can, going down toward the end of the sleeve. And always press these one more time. Even though we creased them earlier, it just gives it a real nice finish. And press anywhere else that needs to be pressed, these side seams maybe. And guess what? We only have one more thing to do. We're gonna hem our shirt and then we're done. So, press the hem of your shirt under 1/4 inch. All the way around. Then press it under another 1/4 inch. And I really like a more narrow hem on this top because the hem is cut on a subtle curve. It just makes it easier to hem. Go all the way around and then let's sew this on our sewing machine. Okay, let's see how our shirt looks. And there we go. This feels so much like summertime. I am really excited to wear this. And I hope you have enjoyed sewing for yourself. There are all sorts of new adventures ahead of you. For more ideas and tutorials, you can check out my website, madeeveryday.com. And for all of your sewing machine needs, you should head to babylock.com, where it's all for the love of sewing. Okay, go try on your shirt, and I'll see you next time. Bye. That's it? Okay. Hopefully some of those worked.